What if the fate of the next Lakers dynasty isn't decided in the clutch moments of a playoff game or on the hardwood under the bright lights, but rather in the whispers and shadows behind the purple and gold curtain? What if this simmering tension, this relentless storm of reports and rumors swirling around LeBron James, is actually a test of endurance, loyalty, and raw will? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truth meets purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a second of this drama. Because right now, the narrative about LeBron isn't just noise. It's a maelstrom threatening to either reignite Laker glory or rip apart the fragile seams of what once was a near-perfect alliance. Every day, it feels like the media churns out another headline, another scoop, another puzzle piece thrown onto the board that never quite fits. How many times can we endure the rumor mill screaming, LeBron to be traded, LeBron upset, Lakers and LeBron at war? 7? 10? I've lost count. ESPN, with its endless cycles of speculation, seems almost obsessed, relentlessly, pushing this storyline like it's a march toward inevitable separation. But here's the kicker. If the relationship between LeBron and the Lakers had truly broken down, wouldn't we have seen fireworks by now? Off-court feuds, savage Instagram posts, Twitter battles echoing the venom Kevin Durant throws at his critics? As a fan who's witnessed this saga stretching across nearly a decade, I can tell you that public confrontation just isn't the style here. The silence isn't peace, but it's not pure chaos either. The truth is far messier. Yes, there is tension. Yes, reports from credible insiders like Yombua validated that LeBron and the Lakers aren't quite on the same page these days. It's complicated. The grip on his contract situation has only thickened the fog. After opting into what's likely the final year, whispers about LeBron seeking an extension were quickly contradicted by Rich Paul's camp, saying there's no contract extension talk underway. A tug-of-war of narratives without a firm tether to reality. These back and forths only add fuel to what might be a very small fire, barely smoldering beneath the surface. So why does it feel like a blaze? Because we are desperate to read the signs, to predict the end game for a player who's been the backbone of Lakers' hopes for years now. If LeBron truly resented being part of this team, wouldn't he have checked out? Wouldn't he have skipped the Lakers' Summer League game recently rather than show up, even if that appearance was low-key and devoid of the usual fanfare? This isn't a man ready to vanish. It's a man trying to find his footing in a shifting landscape. That leads us to the latest ripple in the saga, the elusive trade rumors. Stories explode the moment word leaked that 4 teams have reportedly contacted the Lakers about trading for LeBron, a claim confirmed only by Rich Paul's close ally Rich Bald. Everyone ran wild with this, envisioning a blockbuster deal shaking up the NBA universe overnight. But here's the catch, and it's a caveat so glaring, it almost makes you wonder if anyone's paying attention. LeBron James has a no-trade clause. Plain and simple, the Lakers couldn't ship him even if they wanted to. So why the chatter? The 4 teams named? The Golden State Warriors, Dallas Mavericks, Cleveland Cavaliers, and LA Clippers. Sounds like a blockbuster lineup until you dig a little deeper and the foundation crumbles. The Cavaliers and Mavericks? Both effectively capped out by NBA salary, rules, and the infamous apron limits, making a move for LeBron all but impossible unless orchestrated through a labyrinth of salary dumps and waves of his no-trade rights. A logistical nightmare and, frankly, a non-starter. Then there's the Clippers. Their name feels like filler the 4th team needed to round out the talking points. They'd have to move huge contracts like Kawhi Leonard's or James Harden's to make room. And without those pieces moving in the right direction, a LeBron trade there is pure fantasy. Not to mention, I seriously doubt LeBron sees the Clippers as a desirable landing spot at this stage. That leaves one contender really worth discussing: the Golden State Warriors. Now, this isn't just Twitter talk. We've seen genuine attempts, sporadic but real, dating back to last season's trade deadline, to explore a deal for LeBron. Could this be the one door cracked open? The Warriors, about $25 million under the apron, do have the cap space wiggle room. But to acquire a player with LeBron's monstrous salary, someone like Jimmy Butler or Draymond Green would almost certainly have to be moved in a package deal. If the Warriors actually go through with that, they risk gutting the core that makes them a contender. And would LeBron really want to join a team that had just traded out some of its best defensive stoppers? And emotional leaders for him? Playing alongside Steph Curry is a draw, no doubt, but at what cost to the roster's overall identity? Plus, there's the unspoken vibe about whether Golden State's front office really wants to dismantle their championship culture for a gamble on a superstar in the twilight of his career. It all feels like an enormous long shot, a 1% chance at best. So why keep hearing this noise day after day? Because it feeds into a deeper, more subtle crisis, one that isn't about LeBron wanting out or demanding a trade, but about where the Lakers' management's priorities truly lie. For the first time in nearly 8 years, LeBron isn't the absolute centerpiece, the uncontested alpha in the franchise hierarchy. Instead, the Lakers are slowly pivoting, placing their trust and resources on Luka Doncic, their new 1A to LeBron's 1B. This shift, though strategic from a front office angle, is an emotional jolt for a player of LeBron's stature used to being the focal point of the franchise's hopes and dreams. It's a strange, almost foreign territory for him to occupy. He wants to lead, to be prioritized and built around, but the organization's vision seems to be charting a different path, leaving LeBron in a liminal space of uncertainty. And this contrast, this fractured alignment of ambitions, is likely the real root of the tension, not a full-blown rift or bitter feud. The media spins it into a soap opera. Insiders whisper words that amplify drama beyond what's actually unfolding. But at the heart of it, a measured, if uncomfortable, reality, a superstar wrestling with his evolving role, and a franchise balancing immediate competitiveness against long-term vision. So what does all this mean for the immediate future? Will LeBron quietly suit up for the Lakers this season, accepting a new supporting role, keeping the peace for the sake of another title run? Or will this fragile truce snap, ushering in a trade that rewrites the NBA chessboard and leaves purple and gold fans grappling with a painful new era? As a lifelong Lakers fan, I can't help but feel the weight of history pressing down on this moment. We've tasted the highest highs and been dragged through the darkest lows, and at every turn, the narrative around LeBron has shaped where we stand. But this isn't just about basketball or contracts. It's about legacy, identity, and the soul of a franchise that refuses to quietly fade away. So, I ask you, Lakers Nation, is this the dawn of a bold new empire rising from the ashes, or the beginning of a slow unraveling that will haunt us for years to come? Drop your take in the comments. I'll be reading every one. Listen up, Lakers Nation. This isn't just another off-season update or a lazy rumor cycle designed to mess with our heads. This is the electric shock to the heart of everything purple and gold stands for, and it's happening right in front of us right now. This tension we feel isn't some abstract drama reserved for TMZ headlines or ESPN's relentless tabloid churn. It's a seismic shift that could redefine LeBron James's legacy, reshape Anthony Davis's role, and determine the soul of the Lakers for a generation. When we think about LeBron, we think about resilience, about a man who carried this franchise on his back through injuries, dysfunction, and impossible expectations. Remember 2018? How he dragged this broken-down team to the brink, defying every odds stacked against him, only to face heartbreak in the playoffs yet again? Or the 2020 bubble, a surreal pressure cooker experiment where he, together with AD, crafted a championship out of pure force of will, reminding the world what Lakers basketball means: relentless dominance, a family fighting tooth and nail, a legacy carved with sweat, tears, and unbreakable bond. But what if this next chapter tears apart that legacy instead of building on it? LeBron's no, Six jersey hanging in the rafters someday isn't just a symbol of greatness. It's a memoir of battles won and lost here in Los Angeles. Yet, right now, the narrative feels like a crucible testing everything about him and the team's future. And that brings me to a D, the silent warrior. The enigma with the game that can change any contest in a blink, but whose health and focus have been as fragile as the Lakers' playoff dreams in recent years. It's no secret that a D carries a crushing cerebral burden, trying to step into the leadership void left by Kobe, steady the ship for a squad caught between the past and future, and now possibly reorient himself if the franchise leans more heavily on Doncic or pivots away from LeBron. If LeBron's orbit shifts, that puts a D in a hold or thrust scenario. Does he rise bigger, become the man without question, or does this growing tension sap his energy, coiling him into silence? Now imagine Bronny James, LeBron's kid growing up under this mounting pressure, watching his father not just battle opponents, but the invisible war within management and media narratives. Bronny is not just a Lakers legacy in waiting. He's a symbol of continuity, of that next-gen hope. But what if the organization's turmoil casts a shadow over his path? What if the Lakers front office quibbles over salary caps or roster? Maneuvers send ripples through this family dynasty before it even fully blossoms? Imagine if Reeves, the scrappy, fearless heart of this team, becomes the emotional bridge trying to hold together a locker room fractured by uncertainty, gluing morale with grit and hustle while the bigger stars wrestle with destiny. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about individual superstars. It's a vortex pulling in every player, coach, and fan. And speaking of the front office, the Jeannie Buss era stands at a crossroads. She came in after all the turmoil, following Jerry's death, trying to steady this ship that felt like it might sink under a flood of bad contracts, ego clashes, and distractions. Yet now, whispers swirl about outside billionaire interests, shadowy figures eyeing the franchise with deep pockets and big plans that might just blow up the delicate balance Jeannie's fought to maintain. What if this is the next storm brewing, where new money collides with old loyalties and changes the Lakers' culture forever? The Lakers were the first truly global NBA brand, a symbol of Hollywood glamour and championship pedigree. But what if new ownership means a reset that sidelines the legends and enshrines the business first? That would shake purple and gold fans to their core. Now, this isn't just about internal Lakers chaos. The ripple effect is already shaking the Western Conference's very foundation. Look at the Warriors, the dynasty that dominated the last decade. But with injuries, age, and roster flips, their grip is loosening. Could the Lakers' unrest finally give Denver the opening they've been clawing for? Jokic and company are, no joke, their polished, unselfish crew ready to pounce if we falter. Or take Phoenix, a team bubbling with sting, talent, and that relentless hunger bred from years of near misses. If the Lakers break down, the Suns might just walk right over. Use on the way to the crown. The Clippers, once the perennial bridesmaids, have been quietly gathering weapons and talent, smelling blood in the water. They want to finish what the Lakers started with the Lob City era glory dreams. What if the Lakers implode, and the Clippers rise not just as LA's second team, but maybe the city's true flagship? That's a nightmare scenario for purple and gold purists. But picture this. Even as the rumors swirl and the tension builds, the Lakers still have something no one else does: history. The 1980s Showtime Lakers revolutionized an entire sport with speed, flash, and charisma. The 2000s three-peat Lakers commanded respect, fear, and admiration, blending Kobe's Mamba mentality with Shaq's unyielding presence. The 2010s championship revenge rewrite was about assertion and redemption, a deep seal of greatness. And the 2020 bubble title a beacon of hope during the darkest 1,000 days felt worldwide that history isn't just trophies. It's soul, identity, a force field that defines generations. So this moment right now, this raw nerve where Lebron's future hangs liminal, is like standing on the edge of a canyon, looking down into uncertainty that echoes with every memory of triumph and heartbreak the franchise has endured. And it frustrates me, because this isn't how Lakers legends fade into the sunset in whispered trades and behind-the-scenes power plays. They go out roaring, fighting for every inch under those bright lights, with every fan screaming their name and every teammate bleeding for the cause. So what if this is the reckoning? What if the next step for the Lakers is either to fully embrace LeBron's twilight, build around his immense experience and Bronny's future, and charge into the NBA war with grit and honor intact? Or what if this crisis explodes, splintering the roster and forcing a rebuild that feels like a betrayal, a slow unraveling that risks the very legacy that brought us all together? As a Laker till the day I die, here's what I see coming. This moment is a crucible, not just for teams or trades or headlines. It is a test of faith, heart, and identity that will either forge a new Lakers empire or threaten to fracture the purple and gold dream into unrecognizable shards. And the question hanging over us, all the fans who bleed purple and gold, is simple but brutal. Are we ready to stand behind this team, these players, and this legacy in whatever form it takes? Or will we tear ourselves apart over rumors, betrayals, and uncertainty, forgetting the magic that once brought us all here? Now I want to hear from you. Drop your rawest take below. Every true believer in purple and gold.